Tonight, from the fairgo files, mistaken identity in the supermarket. The mail must get through, some rather hazy glazing, and the most expensive kilt in New Zealand.
Good evening. Our first story tonight features a case of mistaken identity and highlights a potential danger to young children.
Our inquiry started when we received a letter from Jill Harden of Wellington after she had made her weekly trip to the supermarket.
I've heard some parents say they must be off their trolley to go shopping with the kids. Certainly it can be a pretty fraught experience. Little ones find it hard to resist grabbing the tempting array of chocolates and chippies, and distracted parents often aren't in time to stop them. As any parent will tell you, it's not always easy keeping toddlers in hand. Usually there's not a risk in this unless it's to your checkbook, but there is a risk if the pretty packaging that attracts your toddler conceals a potent poison. Now, when I first saw this, I thought it was a concentrated cordial. The words that stood out were mayo and apple. On second glance, I could see it was concentrated all right. It's a triple-strength disinfectant loaded with ammonium. Was I the only one fooled? Well, apparently not, from our quick poll of shoppers. The disinfectant's position didn't help. It wasn't a long way from the Milo to Mayo in the supermarket. So what did shoppers think Mayo was?
Well, lolly water for kids.
Orange juice.
Probably it's disinfectant. I thought it lemon. I thought it was a drink.
Well, I just looked at it before and I thought that looked like a fruit drink.
A drink of some sort.
Do you think that something like that could be a bit risky if you've got children in the house?
Yes, I do. Well, they'd drink it, wouldn't they? Well, I think it's got a safety top on it. No. If I have grandchildren, I wouldn't want that in the house. I think they might.
Trying to
taste it.
I think you would find a lot of children will pick it up and think it was a fruit drink.
Wellington caterer Jill Harden, herself a busy mother, can bear testimony to that after her experience.
Well, I was shopping and my little one was sitting in the shopping trolley and he saw it and he thought it was juice, and he was adamant that it was juice, and the 3-year-old thought it was juice. And I was actually looking for disinfectant, and I picked up the bottle and was quite surprised to see that it was disinfectant.
What was it about the packaging, do you think, that fooled them into thinking it was juice?
Colour. I think probably the colour, the size, the shape to start with, and then when I took the top off I realised that the smell would have the same effect.
Jill was concerned enough to buy a bottle of Mayo to send to Fairgo and left it on the shelf in the kitchen to warn the kids about it, which is where her 10-year-old son Daniel's story comes in.
Well, I came in with my friend Blair, and I picked it up and asked him, "What's this?" And we both said, "Oh, it's probably, yeah, it's juice." And then I asked him if he wanted a drink, and he said, "Yeah, I'll have a drink." But we waited until to ask Mum if we could have a drink of this because she hadn't opened it yet.
What was it about it that made you think it was a juice?
Well, it said concentrate here, and it says lemon, and it smells like lemon.
Michael, what do you think might have happened if you had a drink?
I'll die.
Well, perhaps not die, but make no mistake, in high dosage, this is a poison.
When we first began looking at this story, we had no reported cases of children drinking Mayo. It was the risk that concerned us. But yesterday, out of the blue, we received a call from Sandra Mansfield of Wellington. Sandra, can you tell us what happened?
I was in the supermarket doing the groceries, and looking up on the top shelf, and I heard Gracie gagging, and I asked her what she'd been drinking, and she said juice.
What was it that she had in fact been drinking?
It was Mayo disinfectant. She had obviously just had a taste of it.
And she was gagging. What were your feelings at the time?
What was in it, what was going to happen to her, how much she had to have, for it to be harmful.
In hindsight, what were your concerns? I mean, obviously she came through it okay, even after doctor's checks. But in hindsight, what were your concerns?
Was she going to live or die, how much, if she was okay.
Okay, Sandra, thank you.
Thank you.
The experts tell us that a few swigs of Mayo or any other disinfectant can cause inflammation of the mouth, nausea, vomiting, stomach cramps and diarrhoea. At high doses, a child could need to be hospitalised and have its stomach pumped.
Most parents recognise these dangers and keep household cleansers out of reach. But as we've seen, however vigilant you are, accidents happen. Jill Harden again.
What do you think should be done about it?
Oh, I think it should just be taken off the market completely. And there's enough accidents and things happen with poisons that are well labelled, that everyone is aware of, that looks like a poison, without actually, you know, having something like this that looks like a juice.
There's little doubt that Mayo does comply with the letter of the law in terms of packaging and labelling, but toddlers don't read warnings. In this case, it's simply not enough.
When we approached Ajax, they told us they were aware the disinfectant could be mistaken for a fruit juice or cordial, but didn't know of any children drinking because of it. However, Ajax's retail manager, Gary Mason, says in this letter,
Ajax Chemicals recently commissioned an independent report on the chemical properties of disinfectant, in particular Mayo, and the effects if swallowed. The resultant findings concluded that no significant health problems would occur.
Well, parents might disagree. Gagging and vomiting seems serious enough to us. The statement goes on.
Despite the findings, the company is still concerned and is currently developing a modified pack featuring a child-proof cap, which will be available for release in the near future.
Child-proof caps are a good start, but that's all it is, a start.
Last year, there were 106 reported cases of young children swallowing disinfectants in New Zealand.
At present, the law does not require safety caps on disinfectants and detergents. It should.
If you're concerned about this, tell your supermarket manager or write to the manufacturers. Only public pressure will change things.
And if you see stores stocking household poisons in easy reach of children, don't ignore it. Complain to the manager. Your actions could well spare somebody a lot of grief.
When we return, Leanne sets out after Raglan's missing mailman, and Brett looks into some hazy double glazing.
Friday on 2 and Beyond 2000, building a house out of rubbish.
Even the most extravagant trash house would cost less than half its conventional equivalent.
Take a trip down the Panama Canal.
How will the canal